So it was my choice this month. This month.
Definitely month.
And I chose, I always say Taskmasters, which it's not. It's Trailmakers.
It is.
And it is a sandbox builder game. Basically, I played it I'll give you a quick rundown of it for me, because I played it a long time ago when it was only one mode and still in an early access of some kind.
Did it come out in 2018? Something like that?
I think it did.
It was quite a few years.
I mean, I would never be able to tell.
Yeah. It's been about a while. Anyway, it's a sandbox game that is 3D sort of physics-based building in it. You, at the time, all you had to do was survival mode. You kind of landed on a planet, and you had to create the vehicle to collect the parts to build the spaceship to leave the planet. That was the premise of it altogether. Since then, I knew they'd added lots of different modes. So Pioneers, there's a few DLCs. There's
Pioneers was the big update, I think, last year. That sort of like
which put a storyline, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they put a multiplayer in it. It's got a lot bigger than it ever was after when I looked at it. So, initial thoughts.
So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'll jump off just immediately and say this is obviously not my type of game normally. I wouldn't play this type of game like through choice. So things like the Pioneers mode I did jump into for a little while, but I don't feel personally qualified to be able to talk to it that much, because it's very much a make your own fun type of game.
Definitely.
Definitely
where the whole purpose is building stuff. And for me personally, in a game like the Pioneers mode, although I appreciate it being there as a tutorial and as a bit of a story, the idea of then having to find all the parts, but then also find the components to make the parts, that isn't for me. So I struggled. That's not to say it's bad in any way. I just don't feel qualified to talk to that side of it too much. However, we did
I'm just going to drop in quickly and say, I completely agree there.
Okay.
That Pioneers mode was the bit I hadn't played before, and it did not grab me because it was too grindy. It was there was just too many elements, too many things involved.
Yeah, whereas the pause trying to get to those was a bit of a nightmare. Like, so you could add the new bits that it wanted you to on.
Whereas the simplicity of the game that I played previously was just you'd crashed on the planet and you had to make the thing work. You had to make the car work.
The only other game mode I did play, I didn't play the survival mode. Where it's Stranded, I think. It was
Stranded,
called. I played Sandbox, which is where I had a lot more fun. And it's definitely where I'd recommend people play. Definitely with friends as well, which we'll get to. But I definitely enjoyed that a lot more.
Pretty much exactly the same. I'm not going to repeat all that, but it's basically exactly the same as Brad. I almost don't feel qualified enough to talk about some aspects of it because it's not usually my sort of game. I did play the Stranded mode a little bit, and I do agree that it's way more simple, but did feel better for some reason. I don't know why.
I think so. Did you all? I know you didn't, Brad. Did you have a go of the Stranded mode, Joe?
No, I only did the Pioneer and the Sandbox is what I did.
Ah, okay.
I didn't mind the Pioneer mode, but it was a bit grindy, like Brad said.
Yeah.
I only got up to like the 8th or 9th objective that it gives you. But I'd seen enough of that. Then I was like, I just want to build my own things. So go on, Sandbox.
I think it was overcomplicated. For me that mode. So. I liked the simplicity of the Stranded mode based on you aren't driven. You aren't like you have to go to this part next. You have to go here next.
Yeah.
No, you're not objective driven. But the main objective is just to leave the planet. And the ship you were on had a certain special type of material that fell all over the planet when you hit the asteroid. And you then go around creating vehicles to deal with that area that you're in. So there's like a marshy bit. You can get some monster truck wheels to help you through the marshy stuff. You can get flotation devices so that you can make a boat. Now, it does give you simple suggestions of vehicles to build. But that's cheating. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, but that's a good. That's to me sounds like a better tutorial.
It basically
the Pioneers.
Yeah, you're basically going around collecting all these parts, aren't you? And then when you unlock, so you're
150 parts, I think it was.
You'll unlock the monster truck wheels, and you'll be like, oh, okay, maybe that'll help me in this area get around better.
But there's also no limitation when you've unlocked them. The only limitation is engines. So you have to get power cores for your ship. When you get an amount of power cores, that translates to engines you can put on your vehicle as well.
Well, that's something I found with the Pioneers mode, because there's the same restrictions there. But I jumped on the Pioneers, I did the tutorial, jumped on with Jake for a bit, did some missions, and then I could jump back in myself and it would carry on from the same point, which I liked. But for some reason, the number of power cores that I could have reduced by half. So the cars that I had already built, I could no longer use. For some reason. But I
think I had the same thing when I jumped on it myself as well.
I don't know what that was about. But
probably because it gives you the same amount each, but then the resource is shared.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or just the total is shared.
But I much preferred it, jumping to sandbox with you guys and turning the power core limit off.
Yes, that was great.
One of the big distinctions as well between Stranded and Pioneers is that there are enemies in Pioneers.
Yes.
So you need weapons, whereas in Stranded there are no enemies. So you don't even collect weapons.
Okay.
So
no, it is literally the builder.
It's literally just trying to pick
up. There's no combat.
It's trying to pick up and bring these items to a zone so you can collect them.
But it was very good in the ways of sort of learning how to make a submarine, for instance. So you had inflatable parts that you could control by inflating, but they give you a standard one, and it is the hardest thing I've ever done to try and make it dive under the water. Because you deflate them, and it deflates sort of, I'm going to do it on screen, sorry people that are listening, you deflated half of it, so it did that. And then you would have to drive, and then you would have to slowly inflate this one to level back out again. And it was impossible.
The ballast.
That is so funny, because at work I'm looking into designing something very similar to that. We'll see if it's easier in real life than it is on Trailmakers. Well, we spent most of our time, I'd say, or at least I spent most of my time playing with Jake and Joe, or just me and Jake at one point, in the sandbox mode, power cores turned off, and we sort of did the make your own fun, didn't we?
It was like a Top Gear challenge, what we did.
So we streamed one of our sessions, and then me and Jake, before that, we did a similar thing, where basically, we'd set each other a challenge. So we ended up, I think, completing 3 challenges, didn't we? First challenge was death machines.
Yes.
So we set a power core limit, I think, to 10, so we wouldn't just be there forever. But it was death machines. Obviously, the last one standing wins. And obviously, I won.
I got destroyed immediately.
Just we also set ourselves like a time limit as well.
I tried going like the fancy route, and I made a hovercraft, which I then couldn't steer.
It was fun because there is so much intricacy to the way it works. Like, so much of it we didn't even sort of consider, because there
are so many different parts. And you can build you can build cars, you can build submarines, you can build boats, you can build airplanes, helicopters.
A quick one there we haven't really touched. It's Lego-esque building, isn't it?
Yes.
It's Lego bolt parts.
So imagine legally distinct Lego.
Yes.
Kind of where you're at. But then you think, okay, I'm going to put all these wheels on. You put the wheels on, and then you realise you can't turn. So you need to put
a steering mechanism in,
But then you realise
track it.
Or you put the steering mechanism on, but you've put them both the same way, so the wheels turn into each other, or away from each other, so you're still not turning. So there's a lot of trial and error there, which was fun, to try and figure out. It's something that would be quite hard to tutorialize. You just kind of have to just dive in.
Yeah, it's an experiment, like the whole thing.
Yeah,
definitely, and that's kind of the point of the presets, isn't it? To let you learn how that type of vehicle works.
Yeah, so you could spawn in a template and then adjust the template, but
I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
There was templates at the top.
Blueprint tab.
Oh, okay. I thought that's just where I saved my own.
I do want to touch on the blueprint tab, because I'm sure you guys all noticed, in the main menu, a feature that I really, really liked was it showed off people's
community builds.
Yeah.
I think they do like a weekly challenge or a monthly challenge, and it shows like the winners. And some of those builds are insane.
Oh, it's mind blowing what people
made a
come up
killer
with.
whale in this game.
Absolutely crazy. Anyway, you can download them.
Yep,
So
and you can try them out.
And you can try them out, which I thought was really cool. It doesn't cost anything. Most of them that I found were aesthetics over. So
they didn't work.
It did not work very well. So I spawned my Mecha Godzilla in, didn't I, Joe?
Yeah, the way that moved was it could only jetpack fly, and none of the weapons other than the arm cannon was mapped to anything.
Yeah. But I had like a Naboo starfighter that looked like a Naboo starfighter.
Illegally distinct Banu space fighter.
Yeah. Millennium Falcon and stuff. It was really, really cool, some of the stuff people could do. So I really enjoyed, I cannot state enough how much I loved the fact that they spotlighted these in the menu.
I think the community for the game is probably where it shines.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the fact that you can download them and take them in. So yeah, that was really cool. But I did save a few of my own templates in the same thing as well. So I just want to say, like, obviously we did the War Machine thing. Then what did we do? We did a
cross-country vehicle, amphibious and land. Yes.
Yeah,
so,
that was definitely the hardest one, but the funniest as well.
I think I pretty much nailed that one first try. If Brad didn't keep blowing me up.
Well, we did. What we did was we made these vehicles on land, and then we had to get to the checkpoint knowing there was water, so we couldn't test our water functionality until we got to water. So we all had our vehicles, and we all got to water, and pretty much all of us failed. Mine worked upside down, so once my vehicle flipped in the water, I could move it just very slowly. We did allow each other to change our design once we got to water. So Joe,
the only thing that was wrong with mine was the buoyancy was too low on the vehicle, so I kept flipping. But once I just raised it up by like 4 spaces, it worked fine.
Yeah.
No, nice.
So then
it worked like a speedboat.
And Joe sort of was getting ahead, but then I was firing my tank cannons at him, and it was like a proper cannons in a.
I was like bobbing and weaving.
So many of them were missing, and they were blowing up the water. And then I'd nail one. I'd just see him eviscerate.
Yeah, just fly into the sky.
Maybe it was a bit too long.
I just sank to the bottom.
Yeah. Anyone watching the stream was watching Jake's view.
Yeah,
it was just on his way down.
I was going, no, there's enemies, because the enemies were spawning in.
And then I did end up building a pretty good one, but it took me right up until Joe actually reached the goal.
Yeah, and I wasn't far off. Yeah, I wasn't far off Joe. So Joe won that one. I came second. Jake lost, and then the final one we did a drag race. Which was no power core limit, all the engines, all the jets.
Oh, how many times did you flip it? Because I wasn't there at the end.
I didn't flip, but I did go off the map because I tried to steer.
The rule was you had to get to the end as well. If you fall off, you lose. So I think my car was the fastest, but it flung off the quickest.
Jake's was the most successful there.
I don't know, I felt like I was ahead the whole time.
No, but I'm sure I did. Once I put my boosts on, I'm sure I took ahead. Got ahead.
But mine at least went in a straight line, and that's all.
Yours did, yeah. Mine didn't.
I think given a long enough runway, mine would have ended up the fastest. It just was slower to accelerate because it had like 4 dragster wheels, 2 on each side, 2 tractor tires at the front, tiny ones, loads of like aeroplane wings and jet engine like intakes. And stuff.
Keep it pinned down.
It looked like something Gru would make.
Mine worked really well with like 2 smaller wheels at the front and then one massive big monster truck wheel at the back. It just worked. It was great.
We all won one challenge, which was good fun.
Yeah.
But even like then you're saying like the intricacies of it, like there is aerodynamics. I don't know if you open the aerodynamic menu at any point.
Oh yeah.
But it shows all the flows over the different different elements. You've got like weight to take into account. So my death machine didn't work at first because it was too light. And it was too powerful, so I had to put weights underneath to weigh it down, and then it worked perfectly.
I had to weigh it down like this.
Yeah. So it's like incredibly intricate. You know, you can make planes, you can make helicopters, you can make proper submarines. Like if we had more time and we were more experienced, I could see having a lot of fun doing these challenges every week or every couple of weeks. You know, even if we said let's meet up for half an hour one day and bring our creations. These are the challenges. You've got all week to build them. You know, you can definitely.
It would have been a very good angle to come from.
Yeah, unfortunately, Ben bought it on Steam, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I was just about to say. So the reason I didn't join you guys was I'd bought it on Steam and it doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah.
so I was on my Billy Lonesome looking at this island trying to pick pieces of asteroid up. It was great. Actually, I'd say that was the driving factor, because the challenge on my side, the way I played it, was the fact that there were floating islands with another part that I needed to get. I had to make a flying vehicle, or it was under the water. I had to make a submarine. And the issue is, on top of that, is every piece of material you're trying to pick up is a different size. So there were some that were gigantic, and I had to basically engulf them completely. And like there's one of the I couldn't do it until I got a tractor beam, because then I just engulfed this gigantic thing and then just sort of stuck it to the top of it, if you will.
I'm curious, Ben, did you play it on PC or Steam Deck?
So I played it on Xbox when it first came out. And then I played the majority of it this time on PC. So I've had both experiences, controller and mouse.
Because the controls were
god awful.
I thought, and I complained about the god awful controls a lot. I don't think they could have done much better of a job.
No, I agree.
Not without a mouse.
So building even with a mouse was complicated because of the views. So if you, for instance, disconnected a wheel just because you needed to move it back one slot, say, because it's all in Lego squares, as you will, you had to move it back one slot, you end up sticking the wrong side of the vehicle completely.
Sometimes it would just shift across the whole vehicle.
I think it's because it doesn't, it in no way, shape or form does it let you put stuff inside other stuff. So
you just can't clip.
There's no, I think it would benefit from like you can't place it there because there's something there. But the fact that you can put it there, and because I was often using the D-pad to move stuff around. And if it just had like that thing where it was like, error, you can't place it here because there's already a thing here, it would work way better because instead of doing that, it just places it on either side of the...
and then leaves it as an unconnected block.
Sometimes I just place things floating. Just for like the time being, but it was definitely finicky. As I say, I don't know if they could have done much to improve it, because I think some of it is just the nature of those type of games and controls.
I think one of the things they could have done to aid in controller placement is have like a snap to like plan view, side view, rear view, front view, rather than leaving it as a free cam.
Maybe
that's true. Because like 3D modeling.
Because it's relative to where your camera is looking, how things are made. But sometimes, like trying to rotate a part was quite challenging. You'd have to rotate
you only had
it
left,
like
right, or roll away and towards.
So it wasn't always that intuitive. But there was so much control you could have over it. Like we didn't realize till later. Like I had jets on my car, didn't I? And engines. So I pressed the right trigger, and everything came on. But then Joe said you can actually change the button prompt for different things. So you can make your engines come on with a different button.
So there's like hydraulic rams you can control. So you would put them on one button. The problem is once it's on one button, all the rams go at once. So it's okay, for instance, like if I'm using two almost forklift forks at the front of the vehicle and then bringing them in together to pick up the item, that works. But if I also need to raise the vehicle up, I can't then use another hydraulic system. You couldn't.
On all my jets, I had to change them all to be a different button prompt.
Yeah, same.
Well, that was the issue I was having. I couldn't figure out how to change that set individually to then just raise the vehicle up.
That
was probably just me being a bit dumb, if I'm honest.
I don't know if dumb is the right word. It's just some of it was quite
overwhelming.
Obtuse. It wasn't the best laid out.
It would have been good to select one thruster and be like all thrusters on this button. But no,
I only found that out because in the story when in the Pioneers mode, you have a tractor beam, a mining laser, and a gun, and they were all mapped to A. So when I was trying to shoot an enemy, I was tractor beaming them towards me and then mining lasering them and then shotgunning them. And it just wouldn't work. But then I was like, oh, wait, I can put the mining laser on X and like the gun on right bumper. And,
So how did we find the looks of it?
I like the cartoonish nature of it.
Me too.
I wouldn't want this to be like a Rust like photorealistic.
It's very Roblox.
It's quite an old game as well. I don't know how much they've updated it like graphically since it came out. But Jake just said then it kind of looks like Roblox, so it's not like.
I think it's perfect for what it is. I think like
from when I played it, they've added wavy grass.
Right.
Okay.
So that sounds stupid, but
it kind of tanks the performance sometimes.
Yes, we were on Series S though, so I did.
I didn't know there was any like frame drops or anything.
No,
it did sometimes for us. Well, for me. So that wasn't ideal, but again, with the nature of this type of game, where it's kind of endless what you can build, you expect it.
They also added little bits of wildlife, so there's the odd chicken running around or creature running around that wasn't there when I played it originally.
I only saw the robot death machine.
But there was also a point system towards running them over. So if your vehicle was quick enough and you could you could splat them and get. I think it was like a currency to buy special type of parts.
Okay. In the
like saw blades.
Yeah,
there are a lot of like open fields, sort of, which don't really. There is a lot of terrain in the game. Bear in mind, but I think
you could turn on terrain deformation, but I didn't ever see it do anything.
Yeah, but there are loads of different areas. Maybe there were a bit too many just open fields.
But again, it depends on the map.
Those just for like testing purposes.
Yeah.
Very true.
It made the mode I play a little grindy eventually because, like you said, the open fields, but at the beginning with only one engine, when you're plodding along the same speed as a forklift, it did get a bit grindy. But the second I got a couple more power cars, it was no problem driving across that field because it was relatively quick. And then it went too silly and too fast, and I just spun out everywhere I went.
Still a terrain.
Say that again, Joe.
Like, open plains are still a terrain that you got to.
Yep.
Hit one little rock and you're
I did occasionally on the stranded mode specifically. If I was trying to grab something that was on a ledge or something, as soon as I'd like clip the stub or the ledge that this part was stuck on, I think it happened 2 or 3 times where it would bug out and it would send my car flying across the map.
Is this because you didn't have suspension installed?
No, it's just because I had like I had like a forklift sort of thing at the front of my car to try and grab it, and as soon as it hit the stub,
it was a weird physics to the asteroids. It was a weird physics to the asteroids, wasn't it? So I had the similar moments, but with because I used like a pincer style forklift to grab hydraulic rams moved in to grab it. However, if it was dragging on the floor, you just spin out for no reason as you were driving along.
Yeah,
because it might have scuffed a bump. So Jake was also having the same moment of you could reset them to back to where they were if you knocked them off by accident and they were in the sea. You could reset them. And it's a similar moment when he goes up to it and I don't know, maybe you clip into the thing it stood on or something around it. It got horrendously confused and just flung you. That was it. You're gone.
Across the map. Which kind of helps because it landed me in an area I wasn't across the sea.
I couldn't get to, I
was like, okay. I'll carry on from here.
But again, on that, there was no order. You didn't need to, you could just get out your car and swim across it.
Yeah.
It'd take you a minute, but you could, and really spawn your car on the other side.
Really like the fact that you can just change your car anywhere as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like going to a separate menu or anything. You're literally just driving around or going to garage. You don't have to go into a garage. You just stop where you are, press the build button, and it literally lifts up. And you just start editing it like on the fly. So you can literally just change your vehicle for whatever circumstance you need. Which I feel like the Pioneers mode kind of relied on you to do too much, and that's why it became grindy.
In our triple challenge thing, it did come at a detriment to me when I was traveling across the water. There's a bit in like the haunted bog where there's like some sort of prison island that's full of missile silos. So I'd go into that mode to reset my position, but the missiles wouldn't stop aiming at where I was. So whenever I came out of it, I was just being spammed by missiles. I just had to wait till Brad almost caught up with me for them to aim at somebody else.
I should have waited.
Yeah, I had a moment where I was pinned as well, but obviously there's not by missiles or anything. I was half on and off a pothole of water, and I couldn't get traction. And if you respawn the vehicle, it respawned it where you were because it was to respawn a broken vehicle, and it dropped it into your menu to try and change it. Well, I was dropping straight back to where I were, and I had no big wheels or anything that could get me out of it. I had to just keep picking it up and dropping it to make it sort of bounce. So I had to get it off the hole. I couldn't do anything.
You're not, was there not a button to move? Yeah, so I'm sure if you press B or whatever it is on PC, it would bring the vehicle towards you.
No, I must have skipped that. I don't read. Let's just face it. I don't read.
If you get out and you go somewhere else, you can recall the vehicle with B and it just spawns where you are.
I learned that after.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm like,
in the edit mode, you can select every piece and then just move it further along. In the edit.
Just keep moving the wheel out of the pothole.
That would have worked. Yeah.
How did you guys find combat and stuff like that? I feel like it was almost an unnecessary thing that they added. It's cool that it's there.
I liked it because it allowed us to do competitions.
A lot. There was one bit where I was coming out of a cave and there was about 7 enemies, all with like lasers and shotguns, all firing at me at once. And in the Pioneers mode, you only get like 3 respawn tokens.
Yeah.
Again, the Pioneers mode was overly restrictive, but like some of those enemies were in the
sandbox.
Depending on the map you picked. So that was different. Combat was quite hard, obviously, depending on the weapons you had.
They could always aim at you, and you struggled to aim back at them.
Because you could
have how bad your vehicle was.
Yeah. You could have your weapons on like a servo, so you could rotate them, or you could just stick them to like the front of your car, so you only shoot where you're looking and stuff. So there's ways around it. I had one with flat cannons all the way around my car. Press a button, it just like exploded outwards.
I feel like what they should have done is with the enemies, make them out of the similar blocks that you're made of, so you could blow bits of them off.
Yes,
rather than have them as a set enemy where you have to completely destroy it to disable it.
I think that was probably like performance issues, because I imagine if all the enemies also had parts that flew off, it just wouldn't run that well. But I think you're right. If they were going to do it, Trailmakers 2. There you
go. Cool. Should we round it up then? Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I don't mind. So going into this, when you picked it and looked into it, I was kind of like, it's really not my type.
One day I'll choose Factorio. Just saying.
You're not allowed. You can't be on your backlog if you play it every week. But I really wasn't looking forward to it. And I played the Pioneers mode, and it kind of reinforced those sort of feelings.
Yeah, I agree.
But then I jumped into the sandbox with Jake, and I just found myself laughing. When something would work, and like I blow Jake up and he just fly off the screen or something, it was hilarious. Or when it wouldn't work and it just wasn't doing what I wanted, it became really fun. And then it kind of clicked, like what this game is like. And it reminded me a lot of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Yes, you did bring up.
Yeah, I never played it, but I watched a lot of people play it. And that seemed the same sort of thing. You'd build a vehicle and you'd fight each other. That was a lot more basic, I believe. This is like the extreme version.
My problem with that Banjo-Kazooie game was that it was Banjo-Kazooie. I loved the aspect of the building the cars and the racing them and stuff. I was like,
it just wasn't Banjo.
He's a bit cringe as a character. That's not what his game was about.
Yeah.
It's also similar to Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes.
In that way.
Yeah, in a way. In your building stuff. Yeah, fair. But for me, once I figured out what I was finding fun, which was that sort of creating challenges thing, then I decided let's get all together that we could, obviously. At the time, I didn't realize Ben couldn't join and do that. And at that point, it had clicked, and I realized or at least what I find fun in this game. And I think on that basis, I could recommend it for someone. It depends who you are. If you're someone who enjoys just building stuff by yourself and just enjoying that, maybe find some catharsicism in that, then fine. I think that'd be a very good game for you. I probably wouldn't recommend the Pioneers mode because I don't really see who would find that fun. But maybe the Stranded mode and the sandbox. But even if it's not your type of game, typically, if you've got a group of friends who you can get together, jump on a sandbox map, set it so only you guys can join, and just start building crazy stuff and challenging each other. That was really good fun. I don't know how long we could keep having fun for, but at least for the few...
As long as there was a challenge, we'd be having fun.
I think the few times we did it, I really enjoyed it. Probably won't go back to it, but I enjoyed the time I was playing it.
Cool. Joe?
I'd recommend this game. But if you're the kind of kid who liked building Lego models, following instructions, don't pick it up. If you're the kind that likes just spilling the Lego all over the floor and building whatever the hell you want.
A master builder.
do play this game. Because I feel like the mode that had the instructions, the story mode, I felt like it was just slowing me down. Because I could see the potential in the building aspect. I'm like, but it's not letting me get the thing I need to do this.
Yeah.
Or like, I would like a weapon that could do this. Yeah. You only built a basic car, or like maybe further along it would show you how like speedboats worked or like aircraft worked.
I'm sure
I never
got
that far. But I liked finding out almost badly how all that stuff worked, because I put aeroplane stuff on my submersible car by mistake, thinking, it's fins, it'll aim me in the water. But I didn't realize that they were aiming where I looked, because that's how the planes fly. So because I was looking ahead, my car kept trying to go upwards out of the water. So I was like just bobbing like this. So I had to like remove them, and then it just flew like through the water straight. I was like, that was my mistake. Like if it had done that in the story, it would have done a completely different aircraft bit, and I wouldn't have had that interaction. And I liked the experimentation.
I think it almost over tutorializes you.
Yes. You don't need the frog people. Just leave them out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to help them.
Well, the good thing about Stranded too is you've got, as long as you found the part, you've got unlimited parts of that part. So you just end up building stuff. Yeah. And the sandbox is even better, because you just have unlimited everything.
Yeah.
Cool. Jake?
I'm very similar to Brad in this aspect. I was not looking forward to it, and I put off playing it for a long time. Again, the Pioneers mode just feels a bit too grindy, and it's just not where the fun is to me. The fun is playing it with your friends and just building ridiculous vehicles, and just try. It's almost funnier when they don't work than it is when they do.
Oh yeah, like my death machine killed me before you guys could, really.
Yeah.
Driven it into too many trees, and I couldn't stop because there's no brakes on a hovercraft. And I said, right, you guys just go, because I'm sidling sideways across the hill and I can't brake. So like,
definitely. And it's definitely like, I'm trying to think of something that does, I think it's the best builder I've probably played. I'm not a fan of builders, but like the building mechanic is, I would say, better than Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom, you've got to collect everything, and once you've used it, it's gone.
That game.
Yeah. Whereas this, if you go into the sandbox mode, you just make your own fun, and that's where the game is really good. Would I recommend it to somebody like me? Probably not. But if you have some friends who are willing to just have a laugh, it's definitely a good time, and I would recommend it for that. It's a very on the fence recommend. Because I can't recommend playing it by yourself if you're not into these sort of games. If you are, 100%, if you're a builder, definitely get this. But it's also good to play with other people, and I feel like that's where it's really shines.
Yeah.
I really like Joe's master builder analogy. I completely agree with you. The fun is in what stupid thing can I make to make this work. And I think what it needs is the challenges set by the game that you and your friends complete by trying to make the vehicles.
Almost like a matchmaking thing. Like you get so first, you get 3 points or whatever.
You could be teamed up, for instance, and had to get to a point, and this is what you've got to do it. Or you've got everything you want, however, it needs to do 4 different things when you get there. Like these, if these were built into the game for you to try and do, I think it would be exceptional. I would say to everybody, have a go.
But you can do it, like we just made them up ourselves.
You just made them. I agree with you, but that's again you making your fun. I think it could be good because the parameters are set for you how to do this.
I think if that's what the Pioneers mode was more about, then
definitely. I think even doing a multiplayer on the Stranded mode would be fun, because okay, how do we get to that?
I think can you do that co-op?
I don't know actually. Oh, you can.
You can go on all of them co-op. I think.
It's
cool.
It's pretty diverse. There's even like a race mode that you can do as well. If you want.
I would say the only thing the game was missing was probably a custom map builder, which I know is like an entirely other like game genre. But like, say, I would like to have tested like a flatland, or like be able to put ramps up, or be able to, I don't know,
a racetrack maker would be really good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
because there is only the set track.
It's just missing that little bit of drive. I think to spur you on to do more.
You want more drive? Dragon engines are really good.
Yeah. They cost a lot though.
So again, I'm actually on the fence about recommending it as well, based on the fact that I probably got bored at about 100 out of the 150 bits. You know, like I just started to get grindy. I got to the point where I was thinking, I've got to get that all the way back there.
Yeah.
And that became the drag.
I had a very nice chill 2 hours playing Stranded mode. I had like a podcast on or something in the background. It was very chill, but after that 2 hours, I think I had like 50 of the parts, and I was like, I can't really be bothered.
I agree.
Now.
I hit the same. So yeah, I think I agree with you all. From what I watched on your stream, it is more fun to make your own fun with mates in it.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're looking for, have a go.
Cool.
And I guess with that, that's the end of that. What's the next backlog, Joe?
I pause there. I did pick one, but I forgot what it was.
Is the egg
on?
Egg on, I think it's called.
Let's not pause it. Let's just keep that in, because that's even funny.
Egging on.
We've told you what your backlog game is.
Egging on is I think it's a puzzle game. You are an egg. You have the physics of an egg. You have to go around environments and get to the goal. There's multiple paths you can take. You make it as hard as or as hard boiled as you want to make it.
Nice.
And I've seen loads of community posts about it saying, "Look, this is the hardest route. See if you can beat my time on this." And it looks funny. Every time you fall off, the egg cracks. You got to start again.
Excellent.
Excellent week.
Wow, this is going to be.
It's going to be a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah. I also picked this because it's Easter coming up, and I thought it'd be quite thematic.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
So,
end the podcast before it's too.
All that being said, thank you very much for listening. Come find us. Come watch us when we stream. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thanks.